You're going to get banned for this. If people are wrong for saying the election was stolen, then let them be wrong.
When you mention things like Steven Crowder, proposing this, theory as to why the election isn't stolen, each of these states have had tons of officials looking over results, looking over how ballots were sent out, how they were received, things like that. And it just doesn't seem that these theories, this somehow caused the election to be decided in a way that wasn't democratically determined. Like, if that's what the results of the investigations are, and still have someone like Trump who's to this day saying that he won the 2020 election, like, that is kind of dangerous to democracy.
It's dangerous.
Okay, all right. I definitely see. I definitely see that perspective. I think that even if you're like, let's say that is the case, I still think that focusing this on these people are doing this. It's not all of them, but the MAGA Republicans, which is essentially at this point all of the Republicans. It is definitely a call out.
I really don't think that MAGA Republicans are all
voting wise. I meant voting wise, not the politicians.
I'd maybe call them a majority of voting Republicans in the primary, at the least.
Okay, but fair enough. You're still targeting a lot of people. But let's real quick say shout out to Culture Pop with B Hop. Welcome to the party. Another awesome YouTuber that I think, I can't promise, but I'm 99% sure I will be on his channel tomorrow about 5 p.m. Welcome to the party. What does Culture Pop say? Don't you think it's a little unfair with the whole 2v1? You and Morty ganging up on this nice young fella? I think he can hold his own. Definitely. But don't forget that Morty is there. So yeah, I do think, I think it is fair for you as a Biden voter, not you, but the general you as a Biden voter to think, okay, well, these people stole the election and that's very bad. I think it's also reasonable, unfortunately, to have the position that the election was stolen. And now just by us pointing that out, now the president of the United States is attacking us. I think those are both fair positions.
But I don't necessarily think it is fair to say that the election was stolen.
Okay, but that's a different thing. That's a different conversation. If you believe legitimately that the election was stolen, we're not debating whether or not it was. There are people who think it was stolen, and there's people who think it wasn't stolen. That is what it is.
It is what it is.
So of the people who already think it's stolen, even though they're
not a dangerous view to hold, right? If you think that your election is, or your country is being stolen from you, right, is completely illegitimate and doesn't deserve to be in power, right? That not pose a legitimate threat to the stability of our country?
But why? But then I'm not the threat. Then I'm not the threat. It's the media that is in the pocket of the Democratic establishment that is almost using a Streisand effect with you're not able to say anything about this. You're going to get banned for this. If people are wrong for saying the election was stolen, then let them be wrong.
I think they're trying to walk a pretty thin line because on the one hand, like, it's a nice ideal to think that the truth will win no matter what, but we already know that we live within echo chambers online. Sure. So if you aren't in some way trying to moderate the truthfulness of discussions like this, then you do end up with just
I'm not saying that we are. Where I'm trying to take a snapshot in time that when you're a person who already believes the election was stolen, and that we can agree that it was not completely stolen. There was some shenanigans, but Joe Biden is the legitimate president. But if you're sitting there thinking, that was shady, and then he says all these MAGA Republicans, and again, as Bill Bradley is saying, he got 70 million votes. So 70 million of you out there are eroding the foundation. I don't think that's a sentence that can legitimately come after. I'm unifying. I'm for all people. That doesn't like talking out of both sides of your mouth.
I just don't think that aligns with what Biden's talking about. And I think if we continue the next minute or so of his speech, we'll have more to talk about on that.
Okay, fair. But I'm putting out there that that's what the average of these 70 million people, when they hear the MAGA Republicans, they're saying that just because you have this idea, you are harming the country, and I think that's way too simplistic. Even though I agree that not having faith in the institutions and in the election process is a bad thing, I think that's a bad way to be the opposite of the most divisive president. I'm going to be better. You voted for me because you didn't want him, and I'm going to bring people together, but I'm also going to point my finger at them. That's all. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed that clip, check out the full live stream link in the bio and catch me live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. See you there.